Hello, VC. This is Jacob, New Sounds and Old, coming to you from a very cold, very frosty, very snowy, but beautiful Denmark. This video is a contest entry into Michael Muller's contest. His channel is noted and archived, and he is doing a 500 subscribers contest. And by the looks of it, the contest has gone really well because you are now, Michael, at 853 subscribers, which is pretty awesome. So the contest has really been working out for you. Um, and I've been following you for some time now. I first got to know you through Massey and his Four Corners videos. And You seem like a very interesting guy that has a very varied taste of music, and like different things from classical to metal. That's the kind of channel that I enjoy watching. Something that inspires me and something that pushes me into maybe new genres or new artists that I don't know, and that also a channel that doesn't continuously show the same type of albums all the time. Um, I really like that diversity, and I try to do that myself on my contest here. So I'm hoping to get this entry in. You have a deadline on, well, today, February 14th. It is February 14th now in Denmark shooting this, and I'm not sure how to define your deadline. Is it February 14th is the last day, or you have to do it before February 14th? So I'm not sure whether I get this video in on time. If I don't, that's fine. Anyways, I wanted to support your channel, and what a thing that just now entered my mind is that you have the cleanest background in your videos ever. It's just all white and pristine, and I have I think the messiest background for shooting videos. Uh, there are mailers over here and CDs over here and just the piles. Man, I need to get that sorted. Anyways, you have 5 questions that we need to answer in your contest here. So, question number one: an unexpected or a vinyl, a record that you bought that was unexpected, that was maybe a blind buy for you that you really enjoy. Um, I at some point, I don't recall when. I think this was at a flea market or an estate sale or something. I picked up this. This is Bert Jansch, guitarist, and his partner in crime here is Martin Jenkins, and this is the album Avocet. This is a really gorgeous folky album with just the two guys on guitar, and some other musicians here on mandolin, violin, flute, a bass, and so on. This is a gorgeous album. I knew of Bert Jansch. I didn't know much of his music. I This came to me cheap, and I just bought it, and I absolutely adore this record. And actually, fun fact: this is released on a Danish record label called Ex Libris. So that's also quite cool if you're a Dane. But check this out. It's really beautiful, ethereal, folky stuff. That's a really, really great album. Uh, Question number two: two albums with the greatest polarity in your collection. I think I kind of went in the same direction as you did with the examples you showed in your video, Michael. Um, First record I want to show here is the US death metal band Death and their 1990, I believe, album Spiritual Healing. I stumble upon this for a relatively good price. I wouldn't say that I normally seek out death metal albums. I knew of this band and I liked what I'd heard. Um, Back when I was a kid, I had a friend, another kid who lived very close by, and he became very much into metal at a very early age, and he introduced me to a lot of bands, and Death being one of them. And this is a really, really great album. This is about as hard as I like my metal. If it gets any harder than this, say black metal or whatever, um, that maybe gets a bit hard for me, a bit too hard for me. But this album I really enjoy. It's a really, really great record. So that's one end of the scale, and then the other one I picked, I could have picked a lot of different records, a lot of different classical records. I just picked up this box set here from Sergei Prokofiev, and this is the music to his Romeo and Juliet ballad. Not ballad, ballet, sorry. And this is out, of course, on Deutsche Grammophon, which you know because your own band, Michael, is released on Deutsche Grammophon, I believe. Balmoral, is that how you pronounce it? Anyway, this is with the Boston Symphony Orchestra, and the conductor is Seiji Osawa, I think is how you pronounce it. So those are at least two records with a great polarity that are not that alike. So, question number 3: Guilty pleasure, an album that you're maybe embarrassed by owning. I'm not really embarrassed about owning any album or anything in my collection. Um, I buy the music that I like. Um, Guilty pleasure wise, I don't believe in that. I have a lot of records that many would consider guilty pleasures because they would probably not like it. The first artist that I ever fell in love with was Madonna, and I still buy everything that she releases. I have well over 100 different vinyl titles and well over 300 different CD titles by her. Um, and I do like pop music. I do like electronic music. I do like disco, and mentioning disco, the record that I want to show here that I have not seen anyone else show this in the VC. And I'm probably gonna get scolded for this, but this is Dua Lipa and her latest album, Future Nostalgia, released in 2020. This is a brilliant pop album, pop disco album. She's really redefined herself as a disco artist almost on this record here. Um, she had a big hit with Don't Start Now, which was the first single. She's had some hits also with Levitating, and Hallucinate has been singles. I think also the song Physical has been a single from this album. Actually, the song Levitating was released in a remix starring Madonna, which was pretty awesome for a Madonna fan like me. But Dua Lipa and her album Future Nostalgia from last year, this is, I think, a truly great pop album. And I'm not embarrassed at all by owning this and listening to it a lot. Question number 4: most listened to album all time, and the album that you've been listening to the most recently. So one of the albums that I've listened to the most in my life is Massive Attack's debut album, called Blue Lines. This is a reissue, obviously, because if it were an original, we would just say Massive and not Attack, because the band was called Massive to begin with. Um, this is just a classic masterpiece through and through. Unfinished Sympathy, Safe from Harm, Be Thankful for What You've Got, the cover version. Man, yeah. Just all killer, no filler album from start to finish. That would be one of the albums that I've listened to the most, and it's one of the go-to albums whenever I can't really find anything to listen to. I pick out that one. And recently, or a recent album, I would say Jessie Ware and her album What's Your Pleasure. Again, this is also a electronic pop slash disco record that came out, I think, March or April last year, and it's just an astounding record. Really, really gorgeous. And she very recently released what is the last song on this album, Remember Where You Are, as a single, and she did a performance on the Graham Norton show in the UK, and that has just catapulted this album back into the charts in the UK. Very well deserved. That's a great song. It's a great album. Check out Jessie Ware if you want to discover some really cool disco pop. And then finally, shout out the first channel you ever saw. And a recent channel that you subscribe to. I think the first channel that I ever saw was Bobby C or Robert C. And I don't know how, but I came across his then channel at that time. He's been changing channels all the time, it seems, in the past 3 years that I've been in the VC. Um, but I came across his one of his videos and quickly discovered other channels and other videos. And um, a common thing for all of these channels were to do introduction videos, saying, hi, I'm new to this and this is me. My name is so and so, I live there and there, and I listen to this and this music. And I did this presentation video also, and I uploaded it, and within 30 minutes there was a new video from Robert C, calling out all of the idiots. He didn't say that, but calling out the ridiculousness of everyone doing introduction videos, and that made me feel really odd. But Robert is a dear friend of mine today, so there's no hard feelings or anything. Um, so Robert C would be one of the first channels that I ever came across, and a recent channel that I've subscribed to. A buddy of mine here in Denmark, who actually he came across my channel on YouTube here, on the V or in the VC here. Um, uh, I don't know how, but he just came across my channel and he reached out to me, and I met him a couple of times for Record Store Day here in Denmark. And he's started his own channel, and he has done two videos by now. I think one in Danish, one in English, and the one in English he did was an entry into the contest that I recently had. And the channel name is Cop Records, so Kopp Records. His name is Carsten, and he's a terrific guy. He has terrific taste in music, and I want to call out him here now and give a shout out to him because I want him to do more videos, want him to be more active. And I think that he wants to do that also himself, but I really want him to to come on here and show his records because he has impeccable taste in music, and he buys a lot of collections and sells records, so he comes across some very interesting titles. So Cop Records is the channel that you want to subscribe to. Anyway, that's it, Michael. I hope that I make this entry in time, that get it in time. If not, that's fine. Um, I wanted to know that I'm here and you're there and I like what you're doing, and subscribe to me if you want to. No pressure. But yeah, that's it for now. Stay safe, guys. If it's as cold where you are as it is here, then stay warm.